Milwaukee Black Talk.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or a warm meal to eat, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
But the good news is, there's an organization making a big difference. Covenant House.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and the tools they need to succeed in life.
I have no words to express how Covenant House changed my life. They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding.
When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, and love, most of all love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges, and their lives are transformed.
Covenant House is changing the lives of young people in cities across America.
To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community, and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
That's what kind of day it's gonna be. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. What kind of day is it gonna be? Computer don't work. Camera don't work. And it's Tuesday. It's not Wednesday yet. It's Tuesday, and nothing works. Can you tell a holiday is coming? Can you tell? Stuff has already started filling up. Stores are. By the way, are you going anywhere for the holiday? I can officially say, guess where I'm going? Now I'm moving from the couch to the chair. That's it. That's where I'm going for Thanksgiving. Taking time off, chilling, just having absolutely nothing to do. It's going to be great. We'll be Thursday and Friday. We'll have rebroadcast, so you'll get that. And so make sure you keep listening, because I guess every year I try to listen to when I start hearing Christmas stuff. This year I heard it before Halloween. Like, that's when things start getting busy, right? Right after Halloween, or so I thought. I thought we would wait until Thanksgiving before we get into the full swing, and you got Black Friday, because that's the day most stores go positive on their sales, right? And then you got Cyber Monday. Now, I don't know how many people actually participate. When I lived in Chicago, I used to vigorously participate in Black Friday. When I was growing up, there was no Cyber Monday because there wasn't the internet, so it wasn't a big deal, right? It was okay. Kind of like going to the mall, but I didn't like a lot of people. So I was one of those people. I tend to buy Christmas gifts early because I know what I'm getting and who I'm getting it for, and that's it. So I don't really bother with the whole going out and standing in lines that are 10,000 people long. Because I don't like being around a lot of people. I don't know if it's the cop in me where you're around people and they can do you harm. Or I don't know if it's just, well, that wouldn't be claustrophobia, would it? Agoraphobia, right? You're scared to go out. I don't know if it's that. I do know Target figured it out. So my question to you is, are you a checkout cop? Are you so I wanted to use the word Nazi, but right now people are so sensitive about, oh, guys, you can't say that word. Oh, you're this, you're that. So I went, because I was going to call it, are you a checkout Nazi? But then people would, how dare you? Because if you say anything somebody doesn't like, they lose their mind, even though you have the right to say it. It's just weird. So I thought checkout cop, right? So what Target did, which I didn't really think about, there are no signs in Target that say, hey, when you check out for self-checkout, you can only use so many, items. You could just roll through and check out. Well, the problem was people were going with full baskets. Now, I don't know the last time you've been in Target, but those little red push carts are pretty freaking deep. They're pretty deep. You could probably get about 10, 20, 30, 40. You can get about 60 to 80 pieces of just junk stuffed into that cart. Can you imagine going to the self-checkout line and self-checking out? Now, I go to one that has four along the side, and they have about 6 or 8 regular lines. Now, you would think people would be smart, but when they only have 1 or 2 lanes open, they go to the checkout lane. Well, Target said no more. You have to have 10 or fewer items, or they're going to restrict your access to self-checkout. So what I want to know is how many fights are going to break out. How many people are going to get upset at the person stopping them from getting in line after they waited in line and then get there and they're told, well, you can't check out because you have too many items? Are you that person that checks other people's carts? Are you that person that looks at other people's carts and go, what are you buying that for? I'm going to even go there. Are you the person that checked the person's cart who might be overweight, who's eating a cart full of junk food, or the person that's super skinny and eating like Thin Mints and what's that popcorn they have that's supposed to be skinny popcorn or all that? Like, are you one of those people that judge people for what's in their cart? Because, one, I think it's a little childish because everybody has something in their cart they're not supposed to have. That's why you go shopping. So, and preferably, number two, you go shopping by yourself so nobody can see the stuff you buy. But doesn't your cart, just like your garbage, say a lot about you? What you eat? Do you eat the same thing in public that you do in private? Right? Because you know you eat that stuff that you're not supposed to. So when you're in public, you do the rah-rah. I eat great. Everything is fine. I'm losing weight. I'm doing this. I'm gaining weight. But when you're at home, you eat that thing that you just not supposed to have. Perfect example, type 2 diabetes. Worked out, got it down, changed my diet. I'm now pre-diabetic. Still working out, changed my diet, trying to get down to no diabetes. What did I have for lunch today? Onion rings. And the biggest chocolate malt you could ever find from Culver's. But I was by myself and nobody could watch. Are you the cart cop? Are you the checkout cop? I had to make a realization today as I stood in line waiting for my chocolate malt and my onion rings that I should not have had because I'm pre-diabetic. And I rationalized and said, like everybody does at Thanksgiving, well, it's Thanksgiving, so, I can fall off the wagon for a minute. The problem is, if I fall off the wagon, I'm not getting back on the wagon. So I immediately went home. I worked out. I took a shower. And I came here. And now I feel good, which will do absolutely nothing because I still drank the chocolate shake. So then I had to be honest with myself. And I had to say, you know what? And I looked in the mirror and I said it. You know what? You're a checkout cop.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
This is 1017 The Truth, Dr. Ken Harris, and I am Milwaukee. Truth in the Afternoon is a platform where you and I can share our love, our lives, and our journey together. That is why, as a fan, your perspective is key. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the new 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. or visit www.kwwf.org. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
We all want a healthy, thriving community, and we all thrive when we share our time, talent, treasure, and ties. The Greater Milwaukee Foundation is partnering with the community through the Greater Together campaign. Join the foundation in this campaign to advance racial equity through investments in housing, early childhood education, and more. Make an impact today and for generations to come at greatermilwaukeefoundation.org/campaign. Together, we can build a Milwaukee for all.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So I got a question, like, why do we care what celebrities do? Like, every time Christmas rolls around, right? Thanksgiving time, Black Friday, we start hearing, hey, this person loves to read this. This person loves to wear this. But if they love it and it fits them, why would I want to do it or wear it to fit me? I don't know. Like there's a article, not a commercial, an article on a makeup palette that Oprah uses. Now, do you think that this is promoted and Oprah's paid to promote this? Or is it just one of those things that somebody picked up on and said, hey, this is what Oprah does, and it only costs under $40? Like, I don't know. We do running shoes, pajamas, I don't know. I equate it with the same thing of wearing a football jersey with somebody else's name on it. I don't know. Maybe something's wrong with me. And that's what everybody says anyway. 833-212. Oh, hush. 833 DJ Brother Z. Something wrong with you too. Nice haircut though. 833-212-1017 is the number. Do we follow celebrities for things that we should probably do ourselves? I mean, like, this article talks about the 4 makeup palettes that go from night to day and day to night and natural to dramatic are especially great for over 40 women. Now, you and I both know you're trying to sell to that 35 to 44, 35 to 54-year-old woman, and you're using Oprah as a reason to buy blushes and bronzers and highlighters and mirrors and all that stuff. But the bottom line is Oprah is approaching 70 years old. So what would she have in common with a 40-year-old anyway? Other than being a black successful woman. I don't really know if I would follow a celebrity because they did something. Not with shoes. I was about to say hair, but I can't attach any hair to my. Maybe I wear a wig, right? A men's wig. Like, what would I look like in England with a white wig on because I had to go to court to be a lawyer? Yeah. I just don't see it. Like, I'm trying to think of something a man would do or wear that I would go, yep, I want that. Do you, as a man? Now, I get why women do it, right? Women, they influence each other. But do men do that? 833-212-1017. Do men influence men to wear or dress or do anything, really? Because I never see a lot of men saying, hey, you know what? DJ Brother Z, wear that shirt, wears that chain, wears that. I want to be like that. Now, probably if you're younger or if you're another DJ, you might go, hey, I want to check out what he. But I've never seen where men follow men with the same vigor that women do.
They do when it comes to tennis shoes.
Like
I'm
Nike?
not a sneakerhead, but a lot of men buy sneakers based on their favorite athletes or...
Yeah, I can see that. Like, what's your favorite piece that you would, like, say, they have that, I want that? She's like, no bueno. Like nothing? Like
no, I'm not a sneaker person, so I have no idea. Yeah, that's not my thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, Oprah does her books and stuff because people just enjoy what she does. I mean, if you're part of the Oprah's, like, stamp of approval or whatever it's called.
Right. Like, I mean, books I get. We can read it and talk about it and share it, but makeup?
Well, you don't wear makeup, so.
Who says I don't wear makeup? Every time I go on TV, I wear makeup. I'm just never on TV. But, I mean, I get your point, but that's other than shoes, do men really pursue what other people do? I don't think so. But then again, Rhea's right, because somebody talking text line, men love them some Jordans. Are there any other shoes men wear, though, other than Jordan? Like, has Michael Jordan just taken over the shoe industry?
That's not just him. I think it's other people who make sneakers, too.
Yeah, but I can't think of any.
I think it's the same as, like, men like sneakers as, like, women like talk show hosts, like, sometimes.
Okay.
I think it just depends on the person. And you're like, oh, I like the brands, and they haven't failed me yet. Because, like, Oprah's sticker is also on homing supplies. I think it's on, like, decor, clothing brands. So it just depends on the person you're influenced by, I should say.
But see, I don't know if they paid Oprah to do that or Oprah liked it and said, hey, this is my jam. I think this is great, right? Like, she used to do her TV show and say, hey, this is great. I tried this, and then it would just blow up off the shelf. But I don't know now, is she getting paid to, I mean, I'm okay if you need to pay me to, support your thing. Now, before we go to break, I know we got a few minutes, I'm going to tell you about my personal weakness in terms of following what other people do. But Derek said Converse. I'm like, Derek said Converse. I'm like, I don't know. Because Con's been out for like decades, and they just like found them again. Like normal, younger generation finds something they think is theirs when in fact it's really not. Sonny B said, you must not realize this whole new generation copy each other. No, watch this. They don't copy each other. They copy us. Like everything they have, as if they're the first ones that found a hoodie. They're the first ones that found a bucket hat. They're the first one that drove certain cars. I say, make it better. Make a better bucket hat. Make a better car. And that's what they're doing. So I can definitely respect them for that. Spike Lee says, sometimes I buy guns other dudes got. Well, that's depends on whether or not your gun is a phallic symbol. You know what a phallic symbol is? So if your gun's bigger than somebody else's gun and you think you got it going on, you know, that's what that is. So I'm like,
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I'm not explaining that. If I got to explain phallic symbol, I'm not going there. It's simply one man's gun is bigger than another man's gun. And I'm leaving it at that. But Marquis said, I think cars for men. So let me be, I drive a Mercedes. So when I bought the Mercedes, the guy, black guy, sold it to me. He lives down the street from me. And so he said, do you want new or you want used? I said, absolutely not new. I'm not driving off somebody else's depreciation and lose money. He said, it's smart. He said, well, how old you want it to be? I said 3 years, because all my cars are about 3 years old. They're about what I pay for them. They're a little bit, they're usually worth a little bit more than what I pay for them. So he asked me a question that I hadn't thought about. He said, is this a casual car or an ego car? And I went, huh? He said, is this a casual car or an ego car? And I said, what do you mean by that? And he said, well, an ego car if you were going to drive a Mercedes E300 or E450 or 500. I said, okay. He said, a convenience car, a car that's casual, is like a C300, a C250. You like the model, you like the brand, you know how the controls work, and you use it, and you go from point A to point B. I said, well, what's the difference? He said about $15,000. I said, okay, I'll take the smaller one. Because it's a casual car. It doesn't feed my ego, but I guess Marquise is right. Men do like cars, but do men drive cars that other men have? I don't know. Sonny B said, well, yeah, that's true, but once one does it, they follow the trend. Right. Like Timberlands. I have never seen a pair of Timberlands laced up, like ever, on anybody. So I don't get it. But I say all that to say I'm not one to follow and have what other people have until I came across this. Now, before we go to break, I'm going to explain exactly what this is. So I'm a cologne wearer. Some people like it, some people don't. Okay. I'm a cologne wearer. And so one of the things is I like a certain cologne from Louis Vuitton. And I can never pronounce the name. It's L'Immensité. And comes 100 milliliters, 3.4 ounces. Now, the first time I bought it, somebody, men and women, stopped me and said, what is that? And I was like, what is what? Like, I care what you say. You're not even old enough to wear it. So go somewhere and sit down. Have to be for a mature. No, I'm just kidding. So when they first told me how much it cost, I went, y'all crazy. But then I tried it, and it was probably the best cologne I have ever smelled and ever wore in my entire life. I actually had people go, dude, what is that? Like, I want that. And so I took a snapshot, and I sent it to them. The problem was, when they saw it, they went, that's okay. And I didn't understand why, because they saw it before me. And then I saw how much it costs. And I went, whoa. But then I tried it. Yep. It was outstanding. One day, did you get it? Did you get it? No, I gave it to you. I sent it to you.
I'm saying you got influenced, like Oprah. Someone told you they liked it, and you went and bought it.
No, but I went and smelled it, right?
It's the same thing. If it's a stamp on a book, if you read the book, it's still using the content. Or
I can't be different.
What?
She always calling me out. I don't like when she write. Anyway, so but it is. You see that? You see that? So what do you think? She's like, nope. Like a quick note. What?
It's expensive, Dr. Ken.
That's the first thing you would say. That's what I thought. Can't roll like that? Can't roll like that? You can roll like that? I can't hear you, dude. What?
He said he's going to buy it. Why are y'all buying this expensive perfume?
It's because it's not perfume. It's cologne.
Cologne.
Men don't wear perfume. Are you mocking me? Are you?
It's expensive, Dr. Ken.
It is. It is. But I tried it. Woo! Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm. Fell into the influence.
I wouldn't call it influence. I smelled it first. I take influence as somebody telling you should do something and then you only do it because they told you to. But if it's something that I go and I smell it and I go, wow, then I do it. So I guess you could say to a point I was influenced, but the buying is me. The influencer turned me on to it, right? But if I smelled it on somebody else and I wanted to be like them, yeah, I can see that. But I rarely get that.
You can still smell something on somebody else, say, oh, that's really nice. What is that? Doesn't mean you want to be like them.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if I do that and I buy it. Versus somebody telling me, hey, you should check out this cologne, and then I go smell it and then buy it. I look at that as different from being you telling me you should go buy it. That's all. That's all. 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm here to tell you about Pella Windows and Doors. You know, dramatically help lower your energy costs year-round by replacing drafty windows and doors as it starts to get cooler and cooler in the state of Wisconsin. It's going to start getting cool. It's going to start getting cold. It's going to start snowing. Right now it's 40 degrees and it's drafty. Well, Pella Windows and Doors can have them installed in as little as 6 weeks, and now you can save even more by taking advantage of no interest, no down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. Set your free in-home consultation today. Go to PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offer ends 11/30 of 2023. Traffic, sports, and weather up next.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Black Chamber Radio. December 8th, 2023, the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce will once again bring to life the Black and Diverse Business Showcase. You should be there. Featuring black and diverse businesses from around the state. You should be there. TWBCC.com to register now. You should be there. Vendors, you should be there. Entrepreneurs, you should be there. Elected officials, you should be there. TWBCC.com to register now.
You should be there.
You will never see black and diverse businesses the same way again. You should be there. Register at TWBCC.com today so you can be there. December 8th, 2023.
You should be there.
You should be there.
Have you been injured at work, denied VA or Social Security benefits? Don't get taken advantage of. Go to Tayback Law Firm, recognized as one of the top Social Security law firms in the United States. Tayback Law sincerely wants what is best for the Milwaukee community, and last year they helped return over $30 million in wrongfully denied benefits to the people in our communities. Stop waiting and get the benefits you are entitled to. For more information, visit TaybackAttorneys.com and get Tayback for the payback.
It's me time at Chula Vista. Time for you to pamper yourself with Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. Easygoing with scenic river walks, 18 holes of golf, a relaxing spa, or going all out in 80,000 square feet of indoor water park. Ziplining, scenic canyons, all right here. Check it out at chulavistaresort.com.
Truth Nation, it is Denise Thomas.
And Telly Hughes.
From Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. And guess what?
What is that, DT?
Our Truth fans can now watch and stream us live every day, Telly.
Wait a minute, Denise. Let me make sure I got this thing right. Our amazing and incredible Truth fans can go to 1017thetruth.com, click the Watch Live link, and watch me and you do our thing live from YouTube and Twitter every morning?
Yes, Telly, that is exactly right. So now they can watch you almost lose your black card every Friday during our Truth Telling Hits segment.
Come on now. You know I'm never losing my black card. But Truth Nation, you gotta tune into all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows, as you can not only listen live on the app, but you can also stream us live all day, every day by going to 1017thetruth.com and clicking the Watch Live link.
We do have southbound 43 backing up a bit from before Hampton Avenue, pretty much all the way down through the Marquette onto 4394. An accident southbound on 41 right about at Hampton Avenue is off on the left shoulder. Another accident now just reported 894 eastbound right about at 84th Street. It's on the right shoulder, but it is affecting your ride. You're seeing delays pretty much from Oklahoma Avenue down on southbound 894 around the Hale to the accident scene. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy and breezy, a low of 34. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and nice, a high of 46. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Bucks made it 5 straight wins as Giannis drops 42 and the Deer casting a spell on the Wizards in Washington, winning by a final score of 142-129.
Very active these last 8 games. Giannis now, a little hesitation. He'll take it inside, and there's no stopping that freight train. Giannis flushes it through with a big swooping jam.
Chris Middleton also added 18. He passed Sidney Moncrief for 4th place on the Bucks' all-time scoring list. Next up for Milwaukee is a primetime showdown in Boston on Wednesday night. To the NFL, where a rematch of Super Bowl 57 did not disappoint on Monday night, as the Philadelphia Eagles soared past the Kansas City Chiefs in a thrilling Monday night football game, winning by a final score of 21-17. And lastly, in college hoops throughout the state, number 4 ranked Marquette beat UCLA 71-69, and the Badgers knocking off Virginia by a final of 65-41. This sports update is brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. The award-winning 1017 The Truth is home to Milwaukee Panther basketball. Don't miss any of the hoop action by listening to Panther basketball on right here, 1017 The Truth app, and all your favorite streaming platforms. Panthers are in Daytona, Florida tonight for the Sunshine Slam as they take on the Siena Saints. So coverage starts at 7. So you got me, you got an hour of Tori Lowe. Coverage for the UWM Panther basketball starts at 7 with tip-off at 7:30. Make sure you stay here so you do not miss it. Talking text line. Security Mike said, hey, Dr. Ken. A pair of them Stacey Adams. Don't nobody wear Stacey Adams no more, dude. It's Brooks Brothers. It's Gucci. It's Coach. It's Allen Edmonds. Stacey A's. They have to be some cold, updated Stacey A's for me to put them on my feet. I'm just saying. CR No said the name of the cologne again. Ugh. It's from Louis Vuitton, and it's spelled L apostrophe IMMENSITE accent aigu, accent grave, one of them. All right. L'immensité. So, I mean, it's like cracking. Okay, Marquise, I'm not trying Creed. Stop it. Stop it. Creed. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. I think Louis Vuitton has Creed beat. Now, here's what we're not going to do. Creed Aventus, just so you know, is a luxury cologne. It has dry woods, and that's why I don't like it. Fresh, citrus, fruity. I don't do fruity. Right? I like masculine cologne. So here's the kicker. It comes in 3.3 ounces, and it costs more than the Louis Vuitton. But I don't think it smells as good as the Louis Vuitton. That's just me. That's just me. Hmm. 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm reading the talking text. Stacey Adams are not made anymore. Only old schools are left. Yep. So that's for you, Security Mike. No more Stacey A's. You can go somewhere and sit down. Unless you're wearing the same ones you had before. 833-212-1017 is the number. I saw an interesting thing in the on the internet. I think I was at Blavity or blacknews.com, and they had a sports team has all black leadership. Is that the first time that's happened? Has a basketball team had all black leadership? Because I know the NFL is sporting all black leadership in the Las Vegas Raiders. They have a female president, black male coach, black male general manager. And so my question is that important? Is that something that's important to the sport or to the business or to the game of football or just sports in general? I mean, the Raiders, Las Vegas has a basketball team. Does they have a basketball team? Las Vegas.
No, they have a female basketball team, the LA Aces.
Okay, so they do have a WNBA. They don't have an NBA team.
Mm-mm.
They don't have baseball, but they have NFL now because the Raiders are moving there, and they have a hockey team.
They've already had the Raiders there.
So who's moving there? I think the hockey team is moving. No, somebody's moving. Oakland. Is it Oakland? I guess I got the internet sitting in front of me. I should probably check, shouldn't I? What team is moving to Las Vegas? So I know they mentioned it the other day, and I thought it was odd, and then I started asking, yeah, Oakland A's. The Oakland A's are moving, so they'll have baseball. They'll have football, they'll have women's basketball, and they'll have hockey. So I think Vegas is the spot. Maybe I need to go find a place in Vegas. Maybe I need to go out west. If you're moving out west, where you want to go? Because it looked like all the black leadership in sports is going to Las Vegas. Sounds like that's the Mecca. Yeah, Mike from Milrose said they don't have an NBA team yet. But I'd be interested in knowing when they will. Yeah, thanks, Leon. Oakland A's. You said Wyoming. Wyoming? Really? Are there black people in Wyoming? Do black people live in, what city do you know in Wyoming? Cheyenne? That's about it. I know of no other city, and the only reason I know Cheyenne is because that's where NORAD and all that stuff is, and that's it. I literally do not know a black person that lives in Cheyenne.
Gillette.
Okay. Are you saying Gillette the razor people or just Gillette, Wyoming?
Gillette, Wyoming.
Okay. Because I'm like, yeah. Leon said they were trying to find investors like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao to start a basketball team. I'm going to talk to the. Am I going to talk to the boxer and the. To get a. Okay. Well, I guess you had some football players that are invested in the Bucks, so I guess that works. But the talking text line says that the NBA team is coming and LeBron is a potential owner. I don't know what that means because, at that level, you don't own it until you own it. Everything else is speculation. Just like buying BET. Oh, these two black people are going to buy BET. And then nobody bought BET. So, yeah, I think, but I don't know. 833-212-1017 is the number.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Calling all black-owned business and entrepreneurs. The award-winning 1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black Business Give Back. Go to blackbusinessgiveback.com for your chance to sign up to receive 3 months of free advertising on The Truth, valued at $6,000. It is that easy. Grow your business today by signing up for our Black-owned business Give Back. For official contest rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com, member FDIC.
This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Social injustices have created a long-standing list of disparities in education access and the quality of education. Injustice is also seen in sexuality education provided to students. Students really need the full spectrum of what it means to have the information so that they can take care of themselves. Reproductive justice leaders advocate for schools to provide comprehensive sexuality education, which helps students to prevent unintended pregnancies and obviously increase their chances of graduating. It's really important for the listeners to remember that even if you don't have students in MPS, even if you're not a parent, those students are part of our community and they deserve our support. The more that they receive, the better off they are, the better off our community is.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute on the new 1017 The Truth.
We all want a healthy, thriving community, and we all thrive when we share our time, talent, treasure, and ties. The Greater Milwaukee Foundation is partnering with the community through the Greater Together campaign. Join the foundation in this campaign to advance racial equity through investments in housing, early childhood education, and more. Make an impact today and for generations to come at GreaterMilwaukeeFoundation.org/campaign. Together, we can build a Milwaukee for all.
It's the Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Dramatically help lower your energy costs year-round by replacing drafty windows and doors. Pella Windows and Doors can have them installed in as little as 6 weeks. And now you can save even more by taking advantage of the no interest, no down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offer ends 11/30 of 2023.
Are you a black woman in Milwaukee County who's experienced trauma? You're not alone. The Center for Leadership of African Women's Wellness is here for you. They're a healing circle supporting black women who have experienced trauma. They believe that you are more than the challenges you face. There are health equity workshops, drum circles, town halls, and peer support specialists provide support and compassion, helping every woman find the strength to heal. Visit claw.org. That's CLAWW.org. Claw. They believe in the power of healing.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I think it's so appropriate that this song is playing. Rain showers will move in overnight, mainly after 10 p.m. Continue overnight. Breezy, lows in the 30s to around 40 near the lake. Tuesday morning, winds turn more northerly. Some of that rain will change over to a rain-snow mix. Or wet snow. Primarily away from Lake Michigan, showers will continue through lunch and then taper off through the afternoon. Some snow amounts are possible in inland locations. Most places are looking at around a half of inch of rain. Milwaukee South rain totals could be closer to 0.75 inches. So travel should be smooth sailing Wednesday and into Thanksgiving. Temperatures will be near or just below average. Slight chance for showers over next weekend. And so when the rain moves in, you're going to see some snow and then Thanksgiving. Okay. Winter's here as My Life in the Sunshine plays in the background. Because that's what I'm wishing. That's what I'm hoping. Because we've been talking about Las Vegas, moving to Las Vegas. So I've always wanted to move to Phoenix. I've always wanted to live in Phoenix, right? So no matter where I move, I think I need a spot in Phoenix. But from the sound of it, Vegas might be, Vegas might be a close contender, right? I mean, Vegas is up there. I'm definitely going in February because you know who's going to be in Vegas for a long-term contract. Bobby Brown and his boys going to be there. So I got to go see the old men move. So that'll be pretty cool. I wonder, Celine Dion's still there? And she was there like 10,000 years.
She's sick now. She doesn't sing anymore.
Oh, she doesn't? Okay. So Celine Dion is sick. And so they replaced her with Bobby Brown and his boys. Okay. We'll see. But that's a reason to go. They starting Black History Month. I got to start looking for some tickets. Maybe we'll do a junket, right? I'll do my show from Vegas, and then we'll go to a show. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be pretty cool. But we need to work on a trip anyway. We need to take the Truth Nation on a trip. I would say I want to go to the African American Museum in Washington, D.C. Because I've only been 3 times, and I did like thoroughly the basement and the second floor. Like that's about as far as I could get because there's so much stuff. And there's so much to see. And it is just, and it makes sense to take time to watch it and listen and do all that.
Just do black stuff. See, now I can go to Vegas and see black stuff. Sports is black stuff. Wayne said, Dr. Ken, I'm confident that LeBron and his team are fully funded to purchase the next NBA team, available NBA team. We would be talking about $2 billion with the ability to close the deal within 30 days. But my question is, why wouldn't you just start a new team? Find some investors and have them both start a new team. It's not like we don't have enough players. And how many total NBA teams are there? Like 32? I wonder. Like 30? Okay. So we need about 32 teams. I think that would do. But where would we put those teams? One of them would go to Vegas because that's where all the other teams are going. And it's warm. Let me see. Where else would another sports team go? I mean, I'm kind of surprised there's one in Minnesota. But that's the only place in Minnesota. You have Indianapolis. Too many of them in Ohio. Hey, what about Birmingham, Alabama? Why not? Why wouldn't you have one in Birmingham? I think that would be a great plot, a great place, because you are 1, 2, maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours from Tennessee and Kentucky. Georgia has them. There are no teams in Jackson, but in Mississippi, but I don't think Mississippi could. I'm trying to think what city could support a team that size. I don't think they could. I know Birmingham could. I think Birmingham could. I know they thought they had a USFL, but I think they could hold a NBA team. I think so. Seattle? I don't know. Baseball. Leon said at some certain point NBA is trying to have a team for Vegas and a new team in Seattle. Where did Seattle's team go? Wow. I guess Seattle or Tacoma. Yeah, maybe Seattle. And then, New Edition has some great dancers who can do their whole steps. Have them dance in front of them, right? While they sing, and you won't notice them. Will St. Louis be able to hold a team? And is St. Louis bigger than Kansas City? Because Kansas City is one of those where you get Kansas City and Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri. So you can, cross-populate, walk across the bridge and just go. But I don't know if St. Louis, NBA St. Louis, NFL struggles in St. Louis. The caller said, Doc, NBA doesn't allow outside individuals to start a team. They use their own timetable to expand. Yeah, so they can make all the money. Oklahoma City. Doesn't Oklahoma City have a basketball team? Yes. The Thunder. NFL team? No. But I guess it's too close to Dallas. That Dallas Metroplex kind of sucks up all of southern Oklahoma up to Oklahoma City. So, yeah, I don't know if that would fly. He said that's where the Seattle team moved. Yeah. Poor states like Alabama rarely get NBA franchises. That's because ain't nobody from Alabama. The Thunder used to be the Seattle Supersonics. Wow. When you roll out of the city, but I guess it's just too expensive to live there and work there and all that stuff. So anyway, you're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I am your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Top 5 at 5 coming up next.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by American Family Insurance. Milwaukee Black Talk.
This is 1017 The Truth. Sherwin Hughes, host of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. My show is enlightening, entertaining, educational, and informative. We talk about everything from national issues to things happening right here in our own backyard. More importantly, I discuss ways that we can come together and find solutions collectively. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes Monday through Friday on 1017 The Truth from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. Central Standard Time.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
I want you to really stress the importance of having an ethnically diverse blood supply. But I guess, what do you say to people that, for whatever reason, are apprehensive about giving blood?
It's not by accident that we are building this fixed donation site right in the heart of this Halyard Park, Harambe neighborhood. And to your point, our black and brown donors probably represents the smallest demographic in our donor base. That's attributed to multiple reasons. For those of us that understand the history, there is a lot of underlying mistrust of the healthcare system. And quite frankly, there's already challenges with how busy people are, how accessible they are to even know where to go to donate blood. And let's face it, a lot of folks are scared of needles, right? But when they get through all of that, the importance, I think, is a heavier burden on our black and brown communities, because there are a lot of different blood diseases that require what I'll call more of a match in blood that only comes from people of similar ethnicities. Something that's specific to our black donors and patients is something that I think your listeners are very familiar with: sickle cell disease. The only therapy that get them through their day-to-day life is blood transfusions. And it's not just what I'll call average or normal blood type or blood transfusion. It's actually a specific blood with a specific type called RO blood. And this RO blood typically only comes from people of African descent and Hispanic descent. And so that's why it's so important that our donor base is diverse, so that it helps our ethnically diverse patient population.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today. Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1017 is the number. Speaking of.
Number 5.
42-year-old was found dead in Milwaukee garage today. That was this morning, and police say the victim was found near 28th and Locust. That was around 11:39 this morning. Authorities are seeking an unknown suspect, and anyone with information is asked to contact the Milwaukee Police Department at 414-935-7360, or to remain anonymous, call Crime Stoppers at 414-224-TIPS.
Number 4.
Well, a ruling on a bid to overturn Wisconsin's legislative maps, heavily tilted in favor of Republicans, now rests with the state Supreme Court and its newly constituted liberal majority after it heard 3 hours of arguments today. Law Forward, a Madison-based liberal-leaning law firm focused on the voting issue, brought the legal challenge straight to the Supreme Court in August, bypassing lower courts in an expedited effort that could lead to an outcome before the 2024 elections. It's funny that this happened because attorneys for the voters argue that remedy cannot be a partisan gerrymander in intent or in effect. And so the justices are asking, why now? You had all this time. Biden's been president all this time, and you never challenged it. Now all of a sudden, you want to hurry up and challenge it and have it changed before somebody can get it changed back or go to the U.S. Supreme Court. But it sounds like the justices in the Wisconsin Supreme Court are looking at, one, why Protasewicz, the newest justice, didn't recuse herself from the lawsuit, and they're arguing that basically they're trying to retaliate for what they don't like. But you've had 4 years and years before that, and we all know whoever's in the majority chooses the maps. It's been that way every 10 years for like as long as it's been part of the Constitution. So why change it now because you don't like the makeup, but when it benefits you, you don't argue and say other people are being unfair? I'm kind of thinking that's a little, I don't know. It's a little too much.
Number 3.
All right, for something light. Wisconsin included in a multi-state outbreak of, well, it's linked to one of my favorite fruits, cantaloupes. U.S. health officials are warning consumers not to eat certain whole and cut cantaloupes and pre-cut fruit products linked to an outbreak of salmonella poisoning. At least 43 people in 15 states, including Wisconsin, have been infected in the outbreak that was announced last Friday, including 17 people who were actually hospitalized. At least 4 people in Wisconsin in 4 counties have become ill, 2 of them hospitalized, according to the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. Several cantaloupes and cantaloupe-containing products. What's a cantaloupe-containing product? Like, is that like the mixed fruit or the fruit salad you can buy? Several cantaloupes and cantaloupe-containing products have been recalled due to suspicion of salmonella contamination. Whole fresh cantaloupes with a label that says Malachita 4050 and product of Mexico, sold between October 16th and October 23rd. Aldi cantaloupe, cut cantaloupe, and pineapple spears in clamshell packing with best dates by October 27th through October 31st. Customers who have the products in their home should throw them away, along with any food that may have been packaged with the cantaloupe, like fruit salad. The number of people sickened in the outbreak is likely to go much higher than reported, and the outbreak may not be limited to states with known illnesses. It typically takes 3 to 4 weeks to determine whether a sick person was part of an outbreak. But then it kind of might be too late, too.
Number 2.
From Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, are you heading to the mall for Black Friday? Shopping is a little different but I don't think malls are dead. It's a great article in today's JS Online that talks about the mall as we once knew it no longer exists in communities nationwide and several in the Milwaukee area and other Wisconsin cities. Some have been demolished or awaiting demolition with the land to be used for housing and light industrial use and other stuff. But others have seen their shopping space reduced in favor of apartments and restaurants and hotels and offices and entertainment districts like downtown. Well, Wisconsin has fewer malls compared to 20 years ago as retail went online and continues to grow. Full-service department stores lose market share to discount and specialty retailers. You remember Northridge Mall closed in 2003, and it's still vacant. Sheboygan Memorial Mall was demolished in 2017 to make way for a Meijer supermarket. And downtown Green Bay's Port Plaza was demolished in 2012, and it's a Schreiber Foods headquarters. So go figure. City Center Mall in Oshkosh, I remember that, was converted to a call center as well as a restaurant and event hall, Beckett's, which hosts weddings and all sorts of stuff. And so malls operate and they outperform other retail space. So I guess it's interesting to look at. Malls account for 5.5% of the nation's brick and mortar retail space, down from 5.7 in 2014. I guess that's because of COVID, according to a report from CoreSite Research. However, 12.9% of consumer spending in the U.S. on retail goods and retail adjacent services, stuff that's near it. During the first quarter of 2023, people went to malls. Now, I think that's because people were so cooped up during COVID that they wanted to get back out. I also think that's because a younger generation wanted to get back out and wanted to be out and made it a point to go out and support those things. So I think that's a great thing that we have a generation of young people, Gen Z, who will tell me in class, don't have class online, don't do virtual. I want to be here in class with people. And I think that's going to be something that we can look forward to. They will, and I know it's a prediction, but younger millennials and Gen Z are going to save the economy in 2025. We still got a few dips. We still got a few dips in 24 to contend with, but because they recognize and understand their buying power, their consumer power, they're going to be the ones that actually build the foundation for the markets, and it'll work out. So, I mean, that's just me, but I guess I'm recorded now all over the internet, so if I'm wrong, oh well.
Number 1.
I thought I would never hear it. I thought I would never see it. They're making another Karate Kid movie. Now, maybe I'm missing something, but aren't we running out of franchises? Like, if you ever watch the movie Back to the Future, and in Back to the Future, they have those things that says, like, some ongoing movie, like Rambo, and then it said Rambo 235. Like, it just keeps going on and on. Well, Ralph Macchio, and get this, Jackie Chan. I guess Jackie Chan is old enough, right? Is Jackie Chan Japanese, though? I think the whole point of it was, anyway.
It's Chinese.
Yeah, I thought so. Thought it was Cantonese. So how? Okay. Hey, don't ask me. And Ralph Macchio looks like he's somebody's grandfather. So what is he going to do? Perennial favorite franchise star, the Karate Kid. Oh, it'll be back next year with a new movie scheduled to go into production soon. Sony Pictures announced today. The film will feature Ralph Macchio, who was the titular kid in the first 3 movies in the franchise. I didn't know it was it's 3.
Is this going to be? I've never seen a single one of these. Now that I don't know of them, I just never wanted to see them. Sorry. But they have TV show for this, don't they, right now? The Karate Kid, the TV show?
It's kind of like a derivative of the Karate Kid. It's one of the characters that was in the Karate Kid, the bad guy.
Kai?
Yeah, Cobra Kai. The bad guy in Karate Kid, that's who that is. They're the ones that got beat up in the original movie. Because, somebody has to lose and the Karate Kid wins. with
Like
the power
Rambo?
kick.
Not Rambo, but
Yeah. So Ralph Macchio is going to be in the movie with Jackie Chan, who took over from Oscar nominee Pat Morita, whose role of the older martial arts master who acts as a mentor in the 2010 reboot. Wow. Macchio and Chan appeared in a YouTube video this morning in support of the new film being announced and to launch a casting search for the next young star of the franchise. You gonna try out? Do your karate?
Absolutely not. No.
Wait, you want to hear something funny? Next June, 2024, what anniversary of the first Karate Kid will it be?
I'm going to say the second.
40 years. 40 years ago, the original Karate Kid came out.
Okay. Wow. Well, that makes sense.
40 years? That means Ralph Macchio was what, in his mid-50s? Who exactly is he going to play? Grandpa Kid? Yeah. So they made part 2 in 1986. Karate Kid 3 was in 1989. And then in 2010, Jackie Chan was in the Karate Kid reboot with Jaden Smith. But the franchise newly gained fresh traction a number of years later when what? Cobra Kai hit. So, I don't know. I just could never see Jaden Smith as playing karate. Oh, well. So the plan is it'll be in theaters by December 13th, 2024. You know what? Wow, my calendar just filled up for December 13th, 2024.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth's Melanie Ricks, and the time is now, Milwaukee. I believe that our listeners deserve the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and that's exactly what we're going to bring to you every day from 12 to 1 p.m. We're going to be talking about life, love, relationships, sports, pop culture, and all things Milwaukee. Listen to Nothing But the Truth with me, Melanie Ricks, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Want to save energy and money? With an energy-efficient home, you will use less and save more. We Energies has simple tips to help you reduce energy costs, like unplug fully charged cell phones to avoid wasted energy, or clear furniture or rugs away from vents to improve airflow. Get a free online home energy assessment and learn more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com. We Energies. Simple, smart savings.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
The summer of 2023 will not soon be forgotten as the impact of climate change blanketed our city, literally. Canadian wildfire smoke gave Milwaukee some of the worst air quality in the nation, if not the world. Also, these impacts, because of climate change, showed us that there's yet another disparity for us to be concerned about. African Americans are much more likely to have respiratory illnesses, and black children are much more likely to have asthma. In fact, the Office of Emergency Management data shows a disproportionate amount of calls for respiratory issues because of that wildfire smoke, at 54.8% have been from African Americans. African Americans have higher rates of pre-existing health conditions that would be exacerbated by the particulate matter in that wildfire smoke that we know was caused from lightning and extreme drought conditions to our neighbor to the north in Canada. Black children are much more likely to have asthma than kids of any other races in America, and much more likely to live near polluting plants and in rental housing with mold and other triggers because of the racist housing policies in the nation's past. Their asthma is often more severe and less likely to be controlled because of poor medical care and the mistrust of doctors. Just when we thought we had all the disparities we could shake a stick at, here we go again with Canadian wildfire smoke as an extension of climate change negatively impacting African Americans. Climate change is a global issue. It is a national issue. It's a local issue. Admittedly, the black policy struggle for equality has not focused on climate change, but if the summer of 2023 has showed us anything, now it certainly should be.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. You know, it's college month on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, and we want to help your young scholar get free scholarship dollars. So all month long, we'll be highlighting local universities who offer tuition scholarships, that's full tuition scholarships, and local organizations who help students find thousands of dollars in scholarships each and every year. So be sure to tune in right here to 1017 The Truth all month long so you don't miss this important information on how your student can go to college and be debt-free. College Month on The Truth is sponsored by Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Gruber Law Offices, and Associated Bank, member FDIC. You know, speaking of Associated Bank, we want to say thank you to them for being a founding partner of the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Together, we're committed to uplifting local organizations and supporting black-owned businesses. And with this commitment, we want to celebrate Small Business Saturday by interviewing 5 black-owned business give-back winners on The Truth. So to be sure to win, I should have said tune in, but anyway, be sure to tune in every day leading up to Thanksgiving to celebrate black-owned businesses. Whatever your financial needs are, Associated Bank can help, member FDIC. Buy black on Small Business Saturday. 833-212-1017 is the number. So I was looking at the weather channels, and Hawaii, once again, experts are warning that there's a wildfire that's threatening the native ecosystem on the island of Maui. So they've got fire once again, and they've got folks from Honolulu and wildfire experts from Jacksonville, Florida, talking about what can happen and the fact that there's a drought-fueled wildfire endangers the wildlife in Hawaii. So once again, if you know of anybody, make sure you check on them. Lahiana. And, yeah, got to be careful. Staying right here.
Are you going Black Friday shopping?
Am I going to do Black Friday shopping? No.
Have you stopped since your daughters have grown?
I never did it. I'm a early, ooh, that's on sale, let me get it now and save it until. So everybody got their gift bought probably 3-4 months ago.
Back in the day, we had some good sales, though. I mean, now we don't, but even back in the day when you had some better sales, you still said no?
I usually wait till something's on sale, and if I like it, I'll buy it. And then that way I would rather not contend with the crowds. I would rather not be elbow to elbow, both hands full, shopping carts and all that, and trying to get out the parking, and it's just too much. It's too much. Like when I travel for holidays, I go the day before. Like I would be leaving today instead of tomorrow for Thanksgiving. And I would be coming home Saturday instead of Sunday because those are the huge travel days. Or I'd wait till Monday. Like when I travel for Christmas, I leave on the 22nd. I come back on the 30th. I don't bother with those holidays because it's just a mess. Luckily, the holiday is on the weekend. So when I traveled, tickets were cheaper because it was during the week. So I kind of cheated that way. Which is not to be confused with, what is it they call it, whiplapping or something like that, where people buy like 3-leg tickets and fly 2 of the legs knowing that they're only going to go to the second city, not the third one. So they'll fly. So what they'll do is if you buy a ticket to if I'm going to buy a ticket to go to Phoenix, I can fly nonstop from Milwaukee. Nope, let me give a better example. Nonstop to Seattle from Milwaukee. I could fly Alaska Airlines. I can fly Alaska Airlines out of Chicago, and it's cheaper because it's a bigger airport and all that. If I wanted to get it even cheaper, I would fly from like Chicago to Minneapolis, Minneapolis to Wyoming, Wyoming to, right, and make it a 3-leg, knowing that the second leg is the only place I was going. So I would have to say I was going to like Juneau, Alaska, and fly from here to Minnesota, Minnesota to Seattle, and not get on the flight to go to Juneau. Well, airlines are catching that, and they're telling people, hey, you can't do that. They might charge you more money if you blow off one of the legs of a flight, knowing that you bought it cheaper, because they're calculating fuel and the cost based on 3 legs, and you're only flying 2. But I figure you paid for it, so what do they care? But I guess they say they could have gotten more money. So some people do it, some people don't. Some airlines will charge you, will hit your credit card like an extra $500 for not flying that extra leg. And I'm like, is somebody going to sue to stop an airline from doing that? They're in business. Too bad. And if you lose money, that's on you. I'm just saying. Let me see. Let me get to some phone calls. Talking text line, Leon said, online shopping and the pandemic has killed the idea of shopping mall. I don't know. Also, malls are areas for trafficking, i.e. Mayfair. What do you mean areas for trafficking? Trafficking what? Anyway. 262-955 said, we can get a black Karate Kid this time. We have one. Jaden Smith was the black Karate Kid. Yep. How old are you that you missed that? You might not be old enough to remember. But yeah, they had a black Karate Kid. Let me see. Jaden Smith. That was in 2010. Jackie Chan starred with Karate Kid. This from CNN Entertainment on CNN.com. Jackie Chan starred in the Karate Kid reboot opposite Jaden Smith, but the franchise truly gained fresh traction a number of years later when Cobra Kai premiered in 2018. So it's there. I mean, you know, it's there. The caller said, Doc, Ralph is 50. He's probably somebody's grandpa. That's true. Maybe he'll be the grandfather of the new Karate Kid. I don't know. He kind of looked like it. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How are you? Where have you been? And why haven't you called sooner? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
All right.
I was just down there.
Really?
I would have waved at you, but it was early this morning.
Oh, so you waited till I wasn't here to come show up and then left. Okay.
Well, I had to come what time I was told to come.
Why was you told to come? To go see Sherwin?
No, Sherwin don't open his eyes. He don't see nobody.
Who'd you go see? The morning folks?
Yes, I did.
Oh. I'm so hurt.
And I saw Sherwin. Yes, I saw him, and his eyes were closed, and he was just across the way.
I'm so hurt. You should have. Oh, you hurt my feelings.
So what can I do?
I've only met you like 5 or 6 times.
Comic books.
I only met you 5 or 6 times. By the way, thank you for those. I only met you 5 or 6 times. I needed a 7th or 8th.
Oh, I'll give you one.
Okay.
I'll come down.
All right.
Yeah, because I know where you are now.
Yep. Oh, so you found it, huh?
My sister showed it to me.
Oh.
I didn't know where it was.
Oh.
No, she showed it to me, and then we saw Tori,
mm-hmm.
and so then I got the gift, so I came to pick that up, and she gave me a tour of your studios, and it was really nice.
She who?
You want me to call her name?
No. Okay. I'm just checking. I'm just, you might have broke in.
Well, she showed me around the studio, and it was really nice. I got a chance to see the studio. I got a chance to see what's kind of behind Sherwin when he's talking. The guy that, monitored the buttons back there.
Okay, the producer.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at you.
So I'm busy a little bit.
Okay. But how are you feeling?
I'm all right. I'm going to say I'm all right anyway.
I know. That's why I asked you how you feeling. See, you got.
I'm going to say I'm all right. How you feeling?
I'm feeling phenomenal. I'm feeling great. All is right with the world. All is good. Kind of sad at the passing of Bishop Daniels, but
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was like very famous because I was raised in a Pentecostal church, and so he's a very famous guy.
Yep.
I'm sad too. I hate to see anybody that's so prosperous pass away and really help the community.
Very much so.
That's right. And so, sometimes, things going to happen, and we have no control over death, that's for sure. Unless you drive too fast. I know you're driving fast. Something stupid.
Oh, you would remember that, wouldn't you?
Well, there's certain things you remember. You can increase your rate of dying.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can shorten it significantly.
Yeah, doing some crazy stuff. Just like jumping out. What they call that when it was jumping off of with those bungee jumps and stuff like that.
Yeah. Made the bungee cord too long and end up hitting the ground.
That's right.
And then wonder what happened. Nobody taught him math.
I was just going to say, you were talking about the weather. You're talking about a lot of stuff. You were talking yesterday. You're talking about dads.
Yep.
And oh man, when you was here, Dad, I started to call him in. So my dad was something else. I'm talking something else as far as raising us kids. He always pet up the boys, but he was strong on the girls. Man, oh man. But I was just going to say too. You were talking about the weather. Did you know they had an earthquake over there in Illinois?
Yes.
Illinois. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I was interested. I wonder if that because of that fracking.
No, it's not because of fracking.
You don't think so?
No. There was a tornado back in the mid to late 80s. There was a, not tornado, earthquake. And it rocked. It was actually in the, what's the name of the place? Down near Cape Girardeau, Missouri. And it actually, and it actually, like literally, I remember it moving in Chicago. Like people in Chicago felt it. The windows rocked, all that. And it was all the way down in Cape Girardeau, like when you're driving south headed to Tennessee and Mississippi and all that. That's how big that quake was then. I'm trying to see when the last earthquake was. Struck at about 4:41 a.m., centered south of the village of Standard in Putnam County, near the border of LaSalle County. So, looks like it was a 3.6. 3.6 earthquake.
Yeah.
Let me see what day this is from.
Well, I saw that. Yeah.
This was last week, November 15th.
Right. Yeah. Do you think that's they got a fault line over there?
Yes, they do.
Madrid.
Yes.
And do you think it's cause of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely. It's just south of there. They average one earthquake with minor damage every 20 years or so.
Oh, okay. We go that way, yeah. Going south. Yep. And I see that area. And at one time we went through, you could see that river overflowing, flooding up the streets and stuff. And then you could see where the tornadoes had tore up stuff. There's a lot of stuff happening over there.
That is true.
Yes. But yeah, I had to call you and holler at you. I didn't forget you. And you talking about the economy with the kids, saving the economy, the Gen Z. We'll see.
Yep.
Oh, I was going to say one more thing real fast.
Yes.
The malls, they said the malls closed because of Amazon was burning out the malls and the bookstores and everything because people were just ordering online and stuff.
That is true.
Okay, then.
All right. Thank you much.
We'll talk to you again. I'm trying to be sooner than now.
All right. I appreciate it. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Okay, you too.
All right. Traffic, sports, and weather up next.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Celebrate the winter holidays in style when the Bradley Symphony Center presents Holiday Jazz with Dee Alexander on December 2nd. Voted Best Singer by Chicago Magazine and Jazz Entertainer of the Year at the Chicago Music Awards, Dee Alexander has a luxurious, velvety voice that will enchant you as she sings a program of seasonal standards and uplifting spirituals.
There was a boy.
Make your holiday season a little merrier and brighter with Holiday Jazz with Dee Alexander December 2nd only at the Bradley Symphony Center. Visit MSO.org for tickets or call the box office now at 414-291-7605.
Hi, John McGivern here. Did you know Network Health has Medicare Advantage plans that give you $25 a month back towards your Medicare Part B premium? That's $300 a year back in your pocket. Isn't that great? Call 833-7-NETWORK to learn more today. Network Health Medicare Advantage plans include PPO plans with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Network Health Medicare Advantage plans depends on contract renewal. Certain restrictions apply to the Part B giveback. Visit networkhealth.com/Medicare/extra benefits for details.
Your love isn't confined to an advent calendar. It doesn't stop when the Christmas lights come down. With the Salvation Army, your love lasts all year long. It puts a present under someone's tree today and a roof over someone's head tomorrow. It brightens Christmas morning and the hardest nights for hardworking families. Together, we can love beyond Christmas. Donate today to support local families all year long at samilwaukee.org.
One call, that's all. Gruber Law Offices. If you or a loved one is ever injured in an accident, you should hire a law firm with proven results who stands up for victims and takes the burden off your shoulders. Gruber Law Offices has been serving our community for over 35 years and provides the best care, service, and consulting with no fee until they win your case. Visit gruber-law.com or contact them at 414-276-6666. Make one call, that's all, with Gruber Law Offices.
Hey, Wisconsin, let's make this winter the season of safe driving. With the snowy weather setting in, the Wisconsin DOT reminds you to be safe on the roads. Plan extra travel time. Be mindful of your speed. Check 511wi.gov to know before you go. And please slow down and drive with caution whenever you see a plow at work. Plow drivers work hard to keep us all safe, so let's return the favor. Safe drivers make for safer roads. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
We do have an accident on 894 eastbound at about 84th Street. This is actually the second one that happened in the same spot on the right shoulder. So that's got things backed up all the way from the zoo, all the way down 894 southbound and around the Hale. On northbound 43, backed up out of the Marquette all the way up to Keith. Southbound, very heavy from Silver Spring all the way down through the Marquette. Does not really let up till you get past the KK River. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy and breezy, a low of 34. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and nice, a high of 46. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Stein. The Milwaukee Bucks made it 5 straight wins as Giannis drops 42 and the Deer casting a spell on the Wizards in Washington, winning by a final score of 142-129.
Very active these last 8 games. Giannis now, a little hesitation. He'll take it inside, and there's no stopping that freight train. Giannis flushes it through with a big swooping jam.
Chris Middleton also added 18. He passed Sidney Moncrief for 4th place on the Bucks' all-time scoring list. Next up for Milwaukee is a primetime showdown in Boston on Wednesday night. To the NFL, where a rematch of Super Bowl 57 did not disappoint on Monday night, as the Philadelphia Eagles soared past the Kansas City Chiefs in a thrilling Monday night football game, winning by a final score of 21-17. And lastly, in college hoops throughout the state, number 4 ranked Marquette beat UCLA 71-69, and the Badgers knocking off Virginia by a final of 65-41. This sports update is brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Has anybody heard of ChatGPT? ChatGPT. OpenAI. I always think about AI when I talk to Sandra, because Sandra said AI is going to take over. Well, I don't know if it's going to happen too soon. So, from CNN Business, I don't know if you've heard the last few days, the president of OpenAI, who created ChatGPT, Sam Altman, was fired. No one knows why. It's unclear what the board was doing. And now 505 employees accused the board of mishandling his firing, and they're saying the board needs to resign or they're going to all quit. Now, Sam was immediately hired by Microsoft, who is one of the people who paid and invested into OpenAI. So I think Sam Altman was without a job for about 10 minutes, and then he went over to Microsoft. And then he took someone else with him, and then other people are like, hey, if y'all don't bring him back, we're going over there. And we're going to take all of everything we know to them. Now, here's what happened. OpenAI started as a nonprofit. And as a nonprofit, their goal was to create safe artificial intelligence. Basically, they wanted to put guardrails on social media. Put guardrails on media. Put guardrails on books. Why? Because AI can create all those things. So they wanted it to be above board. They wanted people that used AI to write something to say, hey, this was created using AI, right? Give sources and all that stuff. That's what the original advent and invent of OpenAI was. But then other companies started saying, hey, can we put some money in and can we get things done? And it was a little, I don't know if I want to invest to a nonprofit and then not have any real control over what you're doing. That means I'm just giving you money to operate OpenAI, even though the board of directors had only dealt with nonprofits and they had an altruistic reason for starting and being on the board and running OpenAI, but then they went public. And a nonprofit board was trying to blend the nonprofit part of OpenAI in terms of helping society grow and understand it with the folks who invested money that said, hey, we're trying to get paid. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get paid. So just recently, OpenAI, which used to be 3.5, It's kind of janky where you might get something or you might not. They started ChatGPT 4.0. ChatGPT 4 you could pay for $19 a month, and you basically get access to everything on the internet up until like December 31st, 2022. And I think part of 2023 will be in there shortly. Somewhere in there, the board tried to wrangle in Altman, from what I understand and different stories I've heard, and didn't like what was going on because they were making money. I mean, there were, other than NVIDIA, they were expecting this company to really, really bring in some money, being in the public domain and, you know, people investing. And the nonprofit board had a little issue with that. And so, in a letter obtained by CNN, more than 500 employees accused the OpenAI board of mishandling Altman's firing, failing to provide sufficient evidence for claims that Altman had not been candid with the board, and negotiating in bad faith with the company's executive leadership. So they said your actions have made it obvious that you are incapable of overseeing OpenAI, wrote the employees. We are unable to work with or for people that lack competence, judgment, and care for our mission and employees. They also warned that they would imminently follow Altman to Microsoft unless the board resigns and reinstates Altman and Greg Brockman, the former OpenAI president, who was removed by the board this Friday. Among the signatures, now here's the weird part, Mira Murati, who was recently as Friday named as the board named them the successor, as well as Ilya, who was OpenAI's co-founder, chief scientist, who wanted to get rid of him and then later backtracked and said, I kind of messed up and I deeply regret my participation in the board's actions. I never intended to harm OpenAI. I love everything we've built and will do everything I can to reunite the company. I don't know if you're going to reunite the company when the company's had literally Saturday, Sunday, Monday. In 3 days, they've had 3 CEOs. I don't know if that's going to happen. I know we keep talking about for the good of technology and for the good of, but when you start a for-profit business, which is what OpenAI turned into, a nonprofit board is not the people that can run the place. And when it drifts away and starts to go after money and capital, what would you expect? What would you expect? This is the type of thing that happens when people don't understand what AI is. And so it'll be interesting to watch. Everybody's apologizing. But if you were Altman, would you come back to OpenAI after they fired you? Would you return to a company? Well, it seems the employees understood that if the board is gone, that he could return. But then I guess the question comes up is, who would be the board? 833-212-1017. If you were Altman, would you return to a company that's probably paying you in excess of what, $5-10 million a year? Maybe even 100 because it's worth billions. You decide.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Calling all Black-owned business and entrepreneurs. The award-winning 1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black Business Give Back. Go to blackbusinessgiveback.com for your chance to sign up to receive 3 months of free advertising on The Truth, valued at $6,000. It is that easy. Grow your business today by signing up for our Black-owned business Give Back. For official contest rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com, member FDIC.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596 or visit www.kwwf.org. That's 800-506-5596 or visit www.kwwf.org.
It's the truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Dramatically help lower your energy costs year-round by replacing drafty windows and doors. Pella Windows and Doors can have them installed in as little as 6 weeks. And now you can save even more by taking advantage of the no interest, no down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offer ends 11/30 of 2023.
Looking for a fun family activity to get in the holiday spirit?
Visit or volunteer for Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive in Grafton on Saturday, December 9th.
It's a totally free event. Capco is dedicated to bringing communities together and has collected nearly 300,000 toys through Kids to Kids.
Join us in WTMJ for a celebration of giving and bring a new unwrapped toy to help children in need this holiday season.
To support, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com.
And don't forget to bring toys.
Want to save energy and money? With an energy-efficient home, you will use less and save more. We Energies has simple tips to help you reduce energy costs, like unplug fully charged cell phones to avoid wasted energy or clear furniture or rugs away from vents to improve airflow. Get a free online home energy assessment and learn more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com. We Energies. Simple, smart savings.
The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1017 is the number. I was looking at a show on YouTube called Bougie and Abroad on Blavity TV. I think that would be pretty cool to go overseas and just hang out. I don't know if I'm going while there's a war nearby because they can kind of trickle in and move around and start shooting at your plane. Let me just check. It doesn't tell me. Let me check. You got to ask the right question. How far from wow. I guess I can go to London. London is 3,087 miles from Israel. But I'm not going anywhere in the African continent. Ukraine is, wow, that's close. London to Ukraine is, if I drive, it's 29 hours. So what's the distance? 1,492. So I guess I'd be far enough away to fly to Europe and be okay. So I could fly to London, the Netherlands, maybe Ireland. What's up north of there? Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. Yeah. I have a friend of mine who's from Sweden, so. Or maybe go to Greenland, Iceland. I hear it's beautiful up there. So.
There's an earthquake, not an earthquake, a volcano's going to erupt in Iceland right now. It hasn't already. I mean, I want to go there.
You don't even want to fly by there, but that's where the flights go from the U.S. You know, they go north and follow around because they're near land in case something happens. You can just, like, I think people think they go straight across, but they don't because the earth is curved, so it's shorter if you go around the top. But, yeah, maybe Ireland, Norway, Sweden. Finland is too close to Russia. You know, you might be there one day and next thing you know, you look up and, hey, you got new neighbors. They're taking over. Was Finland ever a part of Russia? I wonder. Looks like they might have been. And then Norway is just so long. So that's interesting. All this stuff north of, the equator and all that. I think it'd be great. I'm going to go back to Hawaii. I would love to go to Australia. We got to put some trips together and go. You going to do the show with us from like Japan or Australia?
If we did from Japan or Australia, I'd be there. I'd be here.
What about French Polynesia?
I'd also be there.
Okay.
If we're traveling anywhere abroad, I'm going.
Okay. I just think Australia is just so doggone far away.
It is.
And what I didn't know is, well, you can hop a flight to New Zealand. But I used to always laugh and people used to say, oh, yeah, it's in Asia. And I'm like, Australians are Asians? It was like, no, they're not. I'm like, yeah, they are. And then I look where it is. I was like, oh, like Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, it's right there. Papua New Guinea, right there. I was like, wow, you are out there. And then Vietnam is, So I would love to go. I just don't know if I want to be on a plane that long. That'll take forever to fly from Milwaukee to Australia. I wonder how long that would take. Maybe I could drive. Maybe I could just drive. If I leave now, it won't calculate it. It said, no, it can't calculate it because you can't drive. I know. But I just find it interesting that they said there are no flights available. How about from Chicago? My goodness. Nope, nothing. But I just find it interesting. I think 2024 is going to be my year to travel. I think it's going to be my year. And is it me, but is Greenland bigger than the United States? Like, I'm looking at this whole big, well, it's mostly frozen tundra, but I'm looking at this big whole thing, and it's pretty darn big on a map. That's pretty big. But I guess you can claim it because nobody can get to it. Just like they have some places with the smallest island in the world and all that stuff. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show is coming up for about an hour. Then we got pregame and Panther basketball tip-off at 7:30. Don't change your dial. Make sure you hang out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're here to bring you the best in Milwaukee Black Talk. Thank you, Rhea. Appreciate you. Take care. God bless. Be safe. I'm out.